Die. Oh, it's so late.
Wherever you go, I'm always with you. This time I'll protect you.
Needs more garlic.
That's right. We were together.
This guy. This guy. We're gonna play in a bit. I just need to eat. I am on very late for various reasons. I shall inform you why after I engulf this bowl of gumbo. So listen to some relaxing music while I engulf my gumbo. I thought whatever happens today, no matter how late, I'm at least gonna watch this or do a little bit of Ace Attorney. And I still have a day off tomorrow, which is awesome. I'll tell you how my day was, and then we'll watch some, and then we'll do some Ace Attorney. Ooh, two shinies. Let's go. So, were you playing Pokemon for most of your day, Sky? Ooh, wait a minute, looking with them? Dude, shiny hunting must be everyone's wet dream in this Pokemon. Cause you're like legitimately hunting now in D&D now, gotcha. Cause like you're like legitimately hunting now, you know. So it must be like everyone's Pokemon player's wet dream. Like there must be so, they must be like so excited. A golden Geodude? That's cool. That's fucking awesome. I'm gonna tell you everything that happened today because I like talking about myself. And I think I had an interesting day. I think I had a really good day because it's been a very long time since I had a day like this. Yeah, I jumped out of the rock and I brought it that I brought for resources. Oh, wow. But yeah, it's been a while since I had a day like this. I just want to talk about it and reflect on it and be like, was today worth it? Did I enjoy today? Possibly. Let's see. But I think it was a good day. How about your day as a whole? Sky, was it good? Did you had a good day? Come on from leaving area from Minecraft. Ooh, well, that's good to hear. So I think I just need to get more water, and I'm gonna get a LaCroix. I'm gonna get a LaCroix with some lemon juice. All right, be right back. All right. Okay, I'm back. Also got gifted a few random subs. Ooh, that's always great. So, just talk about my day because I kind of want to reflect on it and think maybe I should take breaks. I know I stream late, But like I said, you know my philosophy was streaming. I say philosophy, but you know how my schedule is. I basically stream whenever I play game, and the only one I don't stream, to be honest, are when it's super late in the night, like Moonlighter, or um, when it's super late in the night. I've actually been playing Moonlighter. Would you want me to stream Moonlighter, Sky? I want to know your personal opinion since you're here right now. Oh, what do you think? Do you think I should stream Moonlighter? You don't know what that is? Moonlighter's a roguelike. It's not like super crazy, but it does have a fan base. Now, what I was thinking, or not thinking. All right, so this is how my day was. I had a very interesting day today. I would like to say interesting. Was it interesting? No, I don't think it was interesting. I had a day, that's for sure. Um, well, you know. Anyways, I'm thinking maybe after today, I was like thinking maybe I should take days off. But then again, nah, I shouldn't. I shouldn't. Generally, people know to catch me super late, which is good. So at this point, maybe I shouldn't stay late. Anyways, dude, so I had my booster shot yesterday, right, Sky? And you could tell like last night on Valorant, it was hitting me real hard. It was hitting me a little too hard. Um, yeah, I thought it was odd that you weren't on yet. Yeah, it was hitting me real hard. And basically, after I woke up I think around like 11, but I was like in the middle of like blacking out, like sleeping. I was half asleep, so I was like mid dreaming and not mid dreaming. I finally got up around 12. Um, I went to the I think the orders of I forgot the orders of operation. Really? Oh, that sucks. Well, the orders of operation though was I did get the blanket Ace got me. So this has been really keeping me warm. I basically put it on the lowest temperature and then I just once it heats up, I just turn it off and it just keeps me uh so yeah, and then your strength crashing. The booster kept me in check, so like I had a throbbing headache in the morning, so it took me a while. I did some Genshin stuff. I just played Genshin while watching a bunch of videos and anime. And then I cooked I made my pickled cucumber side dish that I usually make for Diggy. Then I made gumbo. And of course I did all my chores. Did the dishes, took out the cat litter, did the laundry. And I was like, cool. Meanwhile, here in Florida, it's been lower than 80s. Yeah, it's super cold. But this blanket that Ace sent me is like the best thing ever. It's so nice, and it's like obviously way less power than a fucking heater. So I've been turning it off and on because I'm still concerned with the power, since I did bought a lot of groceries yesterday, past my budget. So we'll see how that works out. But I thought today, I catch up on anime. I thought I'm gonna catch up on anime today. So I watched. The reason why I'm on so late, because I could have streamed. I could have started streaming at 5. Reason why was because one, since I moved here, which was about 6 months ago, or yeah, it's been more than 6 months now. It's been 7. I never set up all my models, so I finally got around and I set up my entire Sword Art collection. I set up the 2 Miku models I got but never opened, and I set up the Kansai collection models. So now all my models are finally set out, and I'm like done. Oh fuck, I forgot to do that. All right, well I guess I'm not done yet. I have some postcards and stickers I still need to put up, but that besides the point. While I was doing that, I watched 2 movies and an entire series today, and I'm like, wow, I actually did stuff today. I watched. Let me see if I can bring it up. I watched this movie right here. Nakai watashi wa neko wo kanburi. Put something on my 5th wall shell. Oh, you guys can't see it. This is a movie about a girl who did. Oh, it's called A Whisker Away. That's what it's called. Um, I really liked it. Post name, yes, it's called A Whisker Away. It's about a girl who comes from a broken family. Um, and you know she tried to live her life, and then she ends up wanting to become a cat because it's easier. There's a better way. I'm really bad at summarizing it, but it's she turns into a cat. It's really nice. I thought it was really nice. The way it was directed was really odd because they kept like skipping from here and then here, then here and here. But the way it flowed made it so easy to understand. Post the name so I can look it up. Sure. I really like it. I really like this one. It was good. It was great. It was a great movie. I think this was a really good movie. It came out last year, June 18th, so it was about a year old. I think this is a really nice movie. Then I finally got around. I finally got around and watched Weathering with You. I finally got around to watch Weathering with You, and I'm so happy I saw that today. That was so good. Weathering with You was so good. And I was like, wow, wow, I can't believe I haven't seen it. And now, that's the one. Yes, that's the one where yeah, with the rain, where Tokyo is just raining like crazy. And now, oh, did I not? Wait, I forgot to send a message. Oh, God, I thought I sent the message. Give me a second, Sky. Bro, I forgot my fucking Twitch password all the time. How do I forget this shit? But I saw Weathering with You, and then I saw. Hold on, I don't know why I forgot my password. How is that not my password? And then I saw this other anime, which I will give you the name in a second. At least like Twitch doesn't like boot you out for like not knowing. Did I really forget my password? There's no fuck. Don't oof me. Did you just oof me? How dare you oof me? How dare you? But yeah, that's all I did today. I just watched anime, and it was really good. I had a really good day just watching anime. This has got to be my password. Come on, there you fucking go. Rogue, I just murdered the rogue. I just murdering demon cultists, and they're saving the game at the moment. Oh. There you go. Sheesh. All these protections. There you go. That's the name of the fucking anime. I just typed that out to you, but I couldn't. But anyways, and then I watched another one called Kimono Jihen, which is it was a really good one. I hope there's a second season of it. I think it was really good. I think it was a good anime for a 12 season that ended on a cliffhanger. Well, not a cliffhanger, but like a, not finished yet. So, but yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, yeah. You liked it? Yeah, it was really good. I sped watch it, so I was like already 3 episodes in, and so I just decided, oh, I'm gonna just speed watch it today. So that's what I did. I speed watched it, and it was great. But yeah. Wait a second. Because they're just really well written too. Yeah, I think they're. I think it was really good. I agree, dude. It was really good. Second. I'll make sure these are working. Okay. But that was my day, and I got all my models fixed up, so I'm pretty happy. But yeah, I had a killer headache and a killer whatever. But I think it's time. I think it's time that we just. I think it's time we do it. I'm just gonna. All right. Now, I know a lot of people aren't here yet, but I have no patience. He has no patience. He has no jam. This little monkey's only eating peanut butter and ham. Huh! But for those who are watching on YouTube, hey, I will hopefully you see that I skipped the intro for you and that you can just skip right to the next chapter. So yeah, fuck them. Yeah, I actually generally I started up the stream because one, I wasn't playing Genshin, so I thought I'll just eat and talk about what my day and shit and jaja and blah blah blah, because I thought I'd give it some time for people. But then again, I am also on late. And for those who are watching from YouTube, hey, you just click the chapter and you're right here. Bad bing, bada boom. All right. But without further ado, I'm jumping right in. I'll go, fuck. So, Sky. And for anyone who doesn't know, who doesn't remember, Gregson's dead. And our old Reaper, the vampire, is being put on trial because he was found with the body. And our best friend's the prosecutor this time, and he wants me. He wants me to be the defendant, to be the lawyer for our defendant. So, let's see what Kazuma has in store for us. Now, Kazuma's voice, I think I'm gonna be very like super heroic with his voice, but we'll see. We'll see. Well, he has no other choice but to have you defend. True, no one wants to defend him. But anyways, all right, distractions are done. My back is cracked. My blanket is warm. My cup is full of lemon. And I'll have you know, I ate 4 bowls of gumbo today. I am super full, but it is soup, so it will digest very quickly. Anyways, 2nd November, 8:56 a.m., the Old Bailey's defendant antechamber. There's that old familiar feeling again. The crushing pressure of this historic courthouse. Actually, no, it's a little different today. There's an even more menacing tension in the air. Is it weird or am I talking different? I can't even, I feel like I'm talking. There's this menacing tension in the air here today, isn't there? I suppose. Yes, I think so. It can only be the result of the menacing appearance of the defendant. A little more courtesy, if you please. Boy, is it nice to be back. What's up, Bog? I gotta talk to my favorite character, Gregson. My favorite trait is that he's good at being alive. Bog, please. Bog, please. Oh my, I do apologize. However, you're certainly not mistaken that this trial is far from ordinary. It's good to see you again, Bog. What do you mean? I am not privy on the details. However, I think I said that word wrong. But I understand that no juror has been selected. What? A trial without a jury? Well, that's just like the trial of the professor 10 years ago. Closed court. They're gonna do a closed court? Good morning, my dear fellows. Mr. Shlomes. Have you made note of my hair, Mr. Naruto? An outrageous victory of science, you must agree. You know, I said I cracked my back, but it still hurts. And my arm is still sore from the booster shot. My arm got boosted as fuck. To be perfectly honest, so much has happened yesterday that, well, I kind of completely forgot about your little hair problem. Ha! What to one's mind is a little hair problem is to another day of drinking dubious potions after dubious potions. You have no idea how my stomach ails me this morning. Oh dear, how awful for you. I'm afraid you only have yourself to blame. Oh, I'm afraid you only have yourself to blame, Mr. Shlomes. And good morning to you, Mr. Reaper. I'm delighted to see you looking so full of vim. And I to you. I see London's celebrated great detective is as active as ever. Oh, you exaggerate, my dear fellow. Compared to my paltry engagement with a few trivial cases, the Reaper's overbearing presence is a far greater deterrent to the black roots of crime in our capital. How's my volume, guys? Volume check? Mod check? Stream check? YouTube check? Alright, that was loud. Okay, it's hitting red. So long as I'm hitting like high yellows. Okay, maybe I'm too close to the microphone. I don't know. You're good? Alright, cool. Thanks. Thank you. And while I may not agree with your methods, you enjoy your D&D session, Sky. Don't worry about me. You can just listen to me talk. There is one more. There is at least one point on which I would readily commend you. What in honor? And that would be. Oh, cool. Okay, cool. Your eye for a good lawyer, sir. Mr. Shlomes. After all, behind this lawyer, there is a very great mind. My own. What are you trying to say? I only wish to say that you should be prepared for quite a trial, Mr. Reaper. Sorry to barge in. Sorry to barge in. Oh, it's Gina. Oh, she's got a little, like, thing now on her arm. Gina, what's that on her arm? Is it a morning band, I suppose? Wow, I'm surprised I actually noticed that in her arm. I need to blow my nose. Give me a second. Oh, you're not going to tell me they're going to use this case as an example on forensic science, are they? Father, shouldn't you be at the symposium? It's been postponed. I have some free time. I decided to come along with the police inspector to see our country's up and coming student in action. I shall be very interested in the fruits of your studies over the past years. I don't know what voice to give this guy. I'm still stuck on this guy's voice. Well, it's an honor to have you here. Let's hope to see some fruits to see. I don't think I said that right. Odo. Oh, yes, Gina? Why'd you agree to this, eh? Why'd you take him on? This Reaper's block, everyone said it will hit. What killed the boss. I'm sorry, Gina. But I just don't believe in that. Well, if it wasn't him, then who was it? I don't know that yet. I don't know that yet. I don't care who calls it what. The Reaper's just a name. It's just a person at the end of the day. And if it turns out it was what killed the boss, then God help him. Oh. Fairy eyes, indeed. Yes, the culprit deserves every ounce of your loathing. Eh? At least that may be some solace to the deceased. Oh, look at her. I can't believe we didn't get this game until now. Or like, I say now, but I mean, I had this game in my pocket for like 3 months. Please, Odo. Yeah, who's ever did this for the boss? Getting that cat movie now. It was a good movie, Sky. Yeah, it's a good one. It was enjoyable. It was like, oh my god, my heart, but it was kind of like, damn, that's kind of rough. I hate feeling this useless, but there's nothing I can do. So you've got to find who did this and make that wretch pay. I just turned her into like a really sloppy British. The counsel for the defense and the defendant court will be in session shortly. Make your way into the courtroom at once, please. All right then, here we go. It's time, Mr. Naruhodo. Lord Van Zeeks. My voice is... Oh, God. I feel like I haven't played this in like 3 days, so like my voice is just messed up. One who lost his treasured brother to a mass murderer. One who lost his treasured father in a foreign court of law. And one who's lost the man who's helped her escape this situation. All that misfortune, all that pain, on course to collide headlong in this trial. I'm to shine a light on all these dark events. And whatever truth is revealed, we're going to have to look it straight in the eye. Oh man, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm like shooken. I'm like shooken, dude. I'm so like pumped to see what's gonna happen. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm so excited. 2nd November, 9:20 a.m. The Old Bailey's courtroom. Oh yeah, it's a closed court. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court as a session. We are here to conduct the prayer of the trial of the defendant, but also the defense and prosecution. Are you ready to begin? The defense is ready, my lord. The prosecution is more than ready. Oh, Kazuma-san. I've been wishing to see you in court again for so long. It feels... But I never pictured it happening like this. Goddamn. They have 2 swords? This bitch got 2 swords? My mom never let me have 2 swords. I never thought I'd be facing you behind the prosecution's bench. As Okar, this Okar Ripper Prelude has been a scourge like the weather, undermining His Majesty's succession. Today, we must uncover the truth behind this scourge. In other words, this trial is going to be a lot more far-reaching than Inspector Gregson's murder. The truth revealed by these proceedings may have unprecedented repercussions to the judiciary. One of those swords you gave back to him, so you lost your sword forever. I know. I gave it back to my Nakama, dude. According there to be conducted as a closed trial, with no members of the public present. But have I received direct orders? How will that work, my lord? The burden of all attribution in the judiciary falls on my shoulders. Therefore, as you will say, the juror's bench shall remain vacant today. If no members of the public are present, might I ask who is currently occupying the gallery, my lord? They are members of the judiciary here to witness the proceedings and ensure an equitable trial. Members of the judiciary? Oh my, this is a very unusual trial already. There is, of course, another unprecedented aspect of these proceedings on which I must elaborate. The counsels for the prosecution and the defense are both aliens of Great Britain. That is true. We're both Japanese, which is odd. I believe it takes an outsider to see the truth sometimes. And as I stand here in this courtroom now, I'm quite certain. This is the reason why I had to come to Britain. Kazuma. I feel like the voices should be reversed. Very well. Let us come back to our senate. Prosecution, prosecutor, your opening statements, if you please. Certainly, my lord. The incident took place on 1st November on 1st November at just after 5:00 in the afternoon. The location was a building on the flats of Fresno Street on the outskirts of the city. The victim's body was discovered in an old single-room rental property.
Yes, Inspector Tobias Gregson, a name very well known indeed in this court. Not least for his miraculous resolution of one of this country's grummiest case 10 years ago.
Oh, he worked in the professor's case. The professor's case. How sure are you about the time of the incident? Several witnesses on the street outside heard the gunshot, and we all have to report the same time. Yes, that's what Gina told us too. There was a number of witnesses. I have here a plan of the room. The victim was found curled up in one corner. It's believed that he was shot from the front at point-blank range and died instantaneously. There were scorch marks around the entry wound. Such marks are caused by the gunpowder used to fire the bullet. But powder hot enough to leave scorch marks is only ejected a few inches beyond the end of the barrel. In other words, it only happened when the target is at point-blank range.
I see, yes. Thank you for the detailed explanation, Colonel.
The autopsy report. A close-range bullet. No, that's false. That's false. Nope. 100% that's false. He was burned by the candle wax. Unless I'm thinking big brain, he was definitely burned by the candle wax. Time of death? Do we not have a time of death? The victim was shot in the chest at close range from the front, resulting in instant death. Scorch marks at the point of injury. The bullet exited the body from behind. Oh, maybe he was shot from behind and then like the candle. The caliber of the gun used matches that of a standard issue firearm of the members of judiciary. Okay, so if it's a gun, is it really his gun though? We'll see. The murder weapon was found lying beside the victim.
You ever managed to ascertain the owner of this firearm?
No, my lord. Not conclusively. Bravo, Kazuma-san, for not trying to use the gun as evidence when its provenance can't be proven. Furthermore, my lord, as I explained, the revolver was fired at extremely close range. The bullet passed through the victim and struck the wall behind him. There's a candelabrum mounted on that wall. Fuck. And at the tip of one of these candles in it was found to have been blown off by the projectile. We noticed that too, didn't we? Yes, that's right.
Thank you for the thorough report, Castle. The setting of the crime was clear to me. You will submit the plan to the crime as evidence, please.
As you wish, my lord. The crime of the scene floor has been entered into the courtroom.
Is this from February's straight room, Mr. Gregson's private abode?
No, my lord. The room is rented by Mr. Huge Booney. It's either Booney or Bone, but I can't really read because I'm Japanese. But there is precious little furniture inside, and it is generally in a poor state of repairs. So what on earth was Gregson even doing there? Drinking, that's what. Presumably he was investigating some case or other. When a policeman was informed of the gunshot from the witness and rushed to the scene, he found only the deceased inspector and the accused standing alongside, holding the revolver. The attending officers arrested the accused on the spot. Oh, that really how he was arrested?
Oh, the case are clear.
In that case, the prosecution would like to call its first witness.
A name, please, Castle.
Naturally, the accused himself. Lord Van Zeeks? As a prosecutor, he believes in the oath of office he's taken and will compel to tell the truth.
Very well. Then the defendant takes a witness on.
Ooh. So, witness, state your name and occupation for the court.
Baruch Van Zeeks, Old Bailey's prosecutor. I presume, Lord Zeeks, that you heard Professor Prosecutor Asogi's opening precis.
I did.
It is alleged that you were found at the scene of the crime, and that you were arrested by the arriving police officer. Can you confirm this?
Yes, my lord. then I'm sure the court would like to hear you explain some things away. Namely, why were you there in the room on Fresno Street at the time in question? And what exactly took place? I intend to explain away nothing. I will simply tell the truth.
I must say, Lord Essex, I never imagined this day would come. Or rather, I didn't want to imagine it would come, but since you became known as a Reaper, a part of me has been dreading it. Your poor won't touch about it then. What is?
Oh, I squeezed that one out of my ass. The facts of the incidente. I was investigating Gregson, and my inquiries had led me to that address. When I first entered the room that day, it was dark inside, and I saw no one. A moment later, I heard the gunshot. I spun around, and I saw the revolver on the floor. Just as I picked up the firearm to examine it, the door flew open, and I heard a man scream. It was only then that the body of Inspector Gregson appeared before me. What? That's it? There's no way, Van Zeke. You must be out of your goddamn mind. That's all you have? That testimony was the whole truth? It was. So, you heard a gunshot being fired in a room with no living occupants. And moments later, a corpse somehow appears before your eyes. Is that it? You're right. You haven't explained away anything. In fact, that would barely qualify as an excuse. Yeah, it's not. I thought you were my mute apprentice. Yet it turns out that you have a way with words, Prosecutor Asogi. Yeah, he really fucking whirled him just now.
Hold up here. Hold up here. To a singular tale, indeed.
Singular isn't the word. It's laughable. What's gotten to Kazuma? He's not behaving like himself at all. Susato's like, oh my god, he's so fucking hot when he's a bitch. So my god.
Very well then. That's all. Remember getting your cross-examination?
Yes, my lord. Alright. Cross-examination. The effects of the incidente. I was investigating Gregson. My inquiries led me to the address. Okay, so what were you investigating about Gregson? So you were investigating the inspector. On... what on earth for? I am not at liberty to say. Sorry? I identified a distinct possibility that Gregson was involved in the case I was investigating. Regrettably though, he was killed before I could secure the proof I needed.
Is in the court to understand that the question to follow the victim to the scene.
No, I was privy to his movements and events. How? I stole into his office in the yard and consulted his diary. The address on Fresno Street was noted in the 5 p.m. entry. Oh, so that's not his office. You illegally entered a man's office. In Japan, that alone would constitute a very serious offense.
I assure you, is that not the case, Lord Essex?
I was aware of the possible consequences. So, in summary, you were investigating the victim, and yet, you refused to tell the court why. I didn't realize British prosecutors enjoy such freedom to choose what to divulge under oath. Why did I ever think I could defend this man? Dude, this fucking Kazuma's really... Dude, was Kazuma this fucking dank, dude? This man's fucking roasting him alive. Holy shit, dude. Had you ever been to this address before? No, never. I've only learned of the place as a result of my investigation into Gregson's activities. There was no light inside when I entered, so it was
So it was all but impossible to make out anything. But at 5 p.m., the sun would have only just gone down. It would have still been reasonably light outside. The room had a window, but it was boarded shut. Very little light found its way inside the room from outside, so it was extremely murky inside. I wouldn't have noticed if the victim was already laying on the floor. There was no artificial light in the room, you say? You're quite sure? I am quite sure that the part of the room where the body was found was very dark. I had a feeling that there was a small oil lamp burning on the dais, though I couldn't say for certain. Look, Mr. Naruhodo. Right there, yeah, the oil lamp. There's a small desk in the room just here. Yes, I remember that. There was an oil lamp on it too, as well as the framed photograph. When I entered the room, I closed the door behind me and started towards the desk to investigate. And what did you find? Nothing. I never actually reached the desk. Huh. Ow. Ow. My back. Sorry, my back. Ever since my shot, I haven't been able to like crack my back properly because my arm hurts too much. It's too sore to move my arm. Anyways, moments later, I heard the gunshot. Okay. So, who fired the gunshot? I have no idea. I didn't see anybody else in the room. But you say it was very dark in there? Yes, that's right. I don't know what it is, but every time I read... Okay, yawning happens when you lack oxygen, right? Yawning is a thing that occurs when you lack oxygen. Is that true or not? Can someone testify that for me? I'm pretty sure that's what it is, right? Am I dumb? All I can tell you is that I didn't sense another presence. But yeah, maybe it's because I'm reading a lot that I always... Anyways, then could it be that the gunshot actually originated from somewhere outside the room? No, that is out of the question. Oh. Without doubt, the sound emanated from inside the room. I could smell the gunpowder. Ugh, this is going from bad to worse. And you say that the point at which you noticed the revolver on the floor. Correct, and I foolishly picked it up. That was carelessness on my part. Presumably then, the gunshot you heard came from the firearm that you somehow hastily took into your hands. In point of fact, my lord, I believe it did not. What? What's this? Oh, yawning syndrome. Oh, good. Let's see what everybody yawns from unborn. I don't care what is born. Therefore, yawning helps bring more oxygen to the blood and gives more carbon dioxide out of blood. Yawning, then, it's a reflex. So, are you telling me that I'm just not having enough oxygen in my body? Is that why I'm constantly yawning when I'm reading this? Because I'm not tired at all. I feel great. I feel energetic. In fact, I could like do a backflip, jack off, play Valorant, scream, and go ape shit on my table and take a shit all at the same time. Like, I feel great. So are you telling me I'm just running out of oxygen? Another yawn theory stretches the lungs and lungs tissue. Are you telling me I'm stretching my lungs? What the fuck? Oh, you keep thinking about yawning or talking about it, it still happened. That's true. That's also that. Anyways, the barrel of the revolver that I pick up was cold, and there was no smell of spent powder. Oh, but then where on earth is the gun that was fired? Whilst I would like to oblige you with an answer. Notice that it said theories. Theories? Really? Wait, we haven't figured out why yawning? Wait. Theory? Theory.
Another theory. Other people believe. Wait, you're telling me we actually don't know why we yawn? Sleep still hasn't been figured out yet, actually? Are you fucking kidding me, Bog? That's crazy. We've been alive for... We're in fucking 2021 or 2022. Sorry, 2022. And we haven't figured out why we sleep 100%. We haven't figured out... Isn't it just a natural state of resting the body? Right? Is that not what it is? Is it just basically we go into a comatose? No. Am I losing my god dang my time studies on sleep can only tell you that it happens because it happens. Really? Well, for resting the mind. Maybe it's resting the mind. Maybe it's that we can't take much. Anyway, I'm afraid I can't. I too would dearly like to know that. I want some sausages now. Fuck! I want some scrotten egg. Goes at the it's needed, but the mechanics behind it are not fully unsure. Kind of like I heard something weird. I heard something once that scientists haven't figured out why humans can ride bicycles. Why we have the balancing to ride a bicycle, because generally physically it shouldn't be able to stay on two wheels, but for some reason we as humans can ride it. I heard something like that. It's probably a big fat lie, and I read some kind of hoax as a kid, but I thought that was really funny, because if you stay up longer than 60, I heard if you stay up longer than like 2 days, you start hallucinating, and it's like, whoa. And maybe it is just the rest of the mind. Anyway, a man, you say? One of the witnesses, I presume? That's right. One of the street merchants working on the Fresno Street. Hey, Bog or Sky, how do you feel about my Kazuma voice? I feel like I'm trying to make Kazuma like a bad bitch. I mean, look at it. He got titties. He practically got titties, dude. And he's like eluding big dick energy and like full confidence. But I feel like I don't want his voice to sound too similar to Kazuma's. Not Kazuma's, to what do you know though? Fuck, I can't even say his name. But yeah, I don't know. Giga Chat. Yeah, Giga Chat. I'm trying to get Giga Chat enemy, but not like Giga Chad, but not Alpha Chad. Not like Surfer Dude. Not like Sloans. Anyways, I don't know. It doesn't feel right. Anyways. A number of them had set up their stalls directly beneath the boarded windows of the crime scene. A match seller, a newsmonger, and a peddler. They all given statements saying that they heard the gunshot, and without thought of danger, they ran inside to see what happened. What? Yes, Gina told us about that yesterday, didn't she? They burst through the door with some force, it would seem. They did, and almost gave me a heart attack in the process. Wow, I never thought he would be scared. But you're supposed to be the Reaper. Yeah, I didn't think he would be. Yeah. The first man to come in immediately noticed the revolver in my hand and fled. Policeman patrolling on Fresno Street heard the commotion and was able to arrest the accused shortly after the incident occurred. Anyways, the man's scream drew my attention in that direction. There's only that the body appeared before him, though. What do you mean by that? In what way did the body appear? For another weird science bit, eels have only been seen to mate in captivity. No one else has actually seen them getting freaky in the wild. Really? That's interesting, Bog. That is interesting. Man. Put him in the fuck chamber. Yeah, baby. How do eels fuck? Wait a minute. I honestly cannot explain it, but it's the truth. As far as I was concerned, the body hadn't been there until that point, and then suddenly, there it was. Wait, did you perhaps hear the sound of the victim falling to the ground just beforehand? At that moment, what I heard was the sound of the door flying open and the scream of a man who came inside first. Nothing more. Sorry, out of context, that's really bad. For some reason, they also go to and from the Bermuda Triangle. That's freaky. Eels are fucking bunch of freaks. The scream of the man who came, and the scream of the man who came inside first. Don't scream. If you come inside first, do it screaming. Nothing more. Must go there for their freaky parties. I know, right? For their tentacle eel stuff. I see. Excuse me, my lord, for I must partake in the succulent water with lemon inside. What if Van Zeke drinks wine like that? He slurps it like. After the man had fled, I examined the body. I was stunned to find that it was Greg's son.
Most curious circumstances indeed.
How the inspector was killed, or how his body seemed to appear out of nowhere. I had no idea.
Objection!
Objection! Whoa, that's his voice? Surely the court has heard enough. Maybe I should change his voice. Objection! My lord, the cross-examination has clearly revealed that the accused, Barack Van Zeeks, is lying on multiple fronts. Whoa! What? What is that supposed to mean?
Good gracious, counsel. The defendant is lying, you say?
In his testimony just now, he claims that he failed to notice the victim's body because the room was dark. That is correct. No, that's impossible. As proven by this candelabrum. How does that prove anything? If you examine the tip of the long candle, you can see it's been blown off by a powerful impact.
One would assume that the projectile for the firearm pressed the victim has struck the candle.
He's doing my job. The problem comes when you consider the other two candles, which are clearly of a different length. Whoa! Dude, do you hear this? Do you hear this music? Do you hear this OST? Holy shit, dude. Are you hearing this? This is so fucking good. Wow. Wow. It's his theme song as a prosecutor. That's mind-blowingly amazing. Oh my god, that's so hype.
Yes, I can see that a character to be struck by a bullet is long.
Kazuma is sort of excluding the field of Godot expertise with Edgeworth's characteristics. Yes! Yes! You're right, Bob. You shut.
My best guy.
We could reasonably expect someone to have it lit all three candles together. Which begs the question of why only one has ended up longer than the others. That must be because that particular candle was extinguished before the others were still burning. That's right. When the candles were hit by a bullet, it's obviously went out. But the other two candles would have still been burning. So the fact is, the victim's body would have been eliminated by the light still thrown by the candelabrum. And the accuser's claim that he couldn't see the body clearly contradicts these facts. And now to the next lie. There's more? The accused also claims never to have visited the scene of the crime before. That's the truth. In that almost empty room, the police discovered something very unusual. A board covered to the top and bottom in police documents and newspaper cuttings. Yes, that's right. We saw it too. It goes without saying that the contents of the police documents cannot be divulged. However, they include a number of reports from various historical cases, the oldest of which was from 10 years ago. 10 years ago? June years ago! This is starting to sound too familiar. There's a common thread linking all the documents on that board.
Indeed, what is that covered there, counsel?
They all relate to cases prosecuted in court by Barack Van Zeeks. All of them? And furthermore, all of those cases are ones in which the defendant was acquitted.
Good lord!
Interestingly, none of the defendants are alive today, because all of them have been sent to their graves by the Reaper. The Reaper. Oh no. In short, that dingy little room is the Reaper's secret hideout and its base of operations. All right, Cosmo, that's the Reaper's hideout. And yet, the Reaper would claim never to have been in his own secret hideout? Much like Batman? No one would believe that. The Batman has a Batcave that he clearly goes to. such as the Reaper has a Reaper cave. No, the truth is, we've been looking at this backwards.
Backwards! I swear I got it.
Inspector Gregson was investigating the identity of the Reaper. When he discovered the location of the man's secret hideout, he was killed. But everyone knows Batman doesn't kill. That's why he's not Batman, but the Reaper. And I'm sure everyone can imagine by the Reaper's hands and not Batman. What? What? Maybe I should have said that my name was Bruce Banner instead of Bruce Wayne.
Oh no! Oh no, you can't! Are you really Batman? Can I have an autograph, Baron Von Zieks? I hereby state the current opinion of the court. Baron Von Zieks is an outstanding prosecutor who has been rendered great service to his country. Just like Batman indeed. However, it is with deep regret that I must concur with Prosecutor Asogi's contention that the defendant's testimony exhibits a number of stark inconsistency with the no prox that he indeed very well may be Batman.
All I have done is state the truth as I know it. For I am not Batman. Kazuma's done a brilliant job as ever, but I don't really think he's Batman. He's drawing on his experience as a defense attorney to build up his prosecution case, and it's formidable.
No! You submit the board that you just showed the court as evidence that he is Batman. I believe it would be fundamental in establishing the facts surrounding the Batman's Reaper's exercise.
Thank you, my lord. The notice board has been entered into the court record. And now, the prosecution would like to call a new witness to the stand. This witness who saw events unfold the day in question. They were mentioned in the previous testimony too, if you remember. Yes, the street sellers who heard the gunshot and went running into the room. Robin and Dick.
Very well. Let the witness in. The defense may step down for our witness then.
Au revoir. Certainly, my lord. Certainly, my lord. Oh, she's kind of cute. He's a big lip motherfucker. And hey, he's that old fuck again. So, witness, state your name and occupation for the courts. Oh, that is disgusting. That is actually disgusting. Wait a minute, he's got some DSLs. Hold on. Oh, God, who likes LaCroix? This man actually got DSLs. Hold on, let me suck on a lemon. I don't like this, guys. I'm gonna pull my lip and talk. That's how I'm gonna talk. Okay, that's a good lemon. Ooh. Okay. Names. We don't use names. Names. We're just free and easy. Sell what we like. Live where we want it. Hold on. We're just free and easy. Sell what we like. Live where we want to live.
Hush, 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 hush. Stand and walk down in the fresh snow and spit a few words in the passion. Hush, hush. Assuming that all three of you would make your living by selling words on the street.
Everyone calls me gossip. I sell jaunty low. I can't go. Everyone calls me gossip. I sell. I actually gotta hit my. Okay. Jaunty little tidbits? Got an absolute smasher for you, sir. Right up your genoles. Sixpence is the price. I'm not spending about any lips. Wait, you're actually trying to sell it to me now?
Come on, sir. Don't tell me you're not interested.
Try the man. Give him money. See what it is.
I play the man, Council.
Wait, all right. Wait, 6 pence it is. You regret, sir, now that I got your listening ears on? Just between us, you're the young couple on Sled Street had just had twins. Same as gossip. I actually paid for that. Is that it? No, there's not it. It's gossip. It wants to spread. But that bit's up to you in your mouth, of course. You've got more, you know. You got another juicy one? 6 pence a piece if it is you're curious. I am curious, yes. Well, what's going on just under that fat bottom lip of yours? Namely, that unusual bruise or whatever that is poking under your collar. Oh, he's got a little kink going on. What the fuck? What about the next witness then? What name do you go by and what do you sell? Me? I'm Venus. That's what everyone calls me. Funny, innit? I sell these lovely little fireworks to all the local school kids. What? She's used her her ass fucking lit, bruh. 6 pence a pop. What do you say? Ooh. She kind of spicy. I like it. You weren't exaggerating with little. They actually sell? Oh yeah, the second year can't get enough of my Venus firecrackers. Especially when I tell them that they got 100 so they can blow up it. If they get 100, they can blow up the school. Hot, hot, hot. H-O dot fucking T, baby.
No, what
What do you say then, eh? Wanna part with 6 pence for a pop?
Whoa, I made her sound like a hoe.
Wait, what? You
Want me to buy one?
Tell you what, I'll let you in on a little secret. If you get 100 of them, you can blow up the whole courtroom. Try the woman. Give her the money and see if she's right.
I'll put a woman council.
Oh, all right. I'll buy one for the gag. God. Lovely stuff, right then. This is cool. Something a bit extra. Just for you. Oh, what's she gonna pull out? Oh, that's a pretty big one. The Venus Special. Only 600 pence. Whoa, 600? I don't even get paid enough for this job. It's 100 of my regular fireworks. Nothing little about that, is there? It doesn't look like 100 of your regular ones. And there'd be nothing left about the punishment if I only blew up the old Bailey either. The meanest firecracker had been... Oh my god. That's the gunshot. That's the fucking gunshot. This is the gunshot. Oh, what's up, you? Yeah, right? You saw this guy's lips and I was like, what the fuck? The Venus Special Firecracker seeing 100 smaller fireworks at 6 pence each. What sort of bank can it make? And the last witness. What name do you go by? What do you sell? What's your name? Who's your daddy? What does he say? I couldn't think of a joke, so whatever. Fuck me. I'm the think of me. Ha! I think I am. Because I stand there on the street and watching the world goes by on me, and they call me the observer. Good old man. Everyone calls you the sandwich, and you know it. So, you don't actually sell anything. Sure, what the problem? Hey, if they say it, I give advice, I do. I think is what it means. What? I don't actually sell anything. No, come to think of it. Sandwich? His name is Sandwich? Pity. No more purchases today, please.
Whoa, we have quite a customer. Yes, sir.
They conducted their business on Fresno Street from the morning until night, my lord. And always in the same place, directly adjacent to the crime scene.
I say, I just heard the gunshot, I suppose.
Not only that, they very bravely ran inside to see what was going on and witnessed the crime.
Well, I'd be beggared though, just between us.
Venus de Milo, what am I to do? What a terrible thing I saw. I think I saw this in the shadow. What our eyes is any of it real?
Very well. The court will hear the full testimony of this traitor. It will describe in detail what you witnessed the time of the time.
The witness account. We saw the whole thing from start to finish. We did everything from the moment that they went into the building. It was less than a minute after the Reaper had got inside and we all heard with a big bang.
Seems to me that quick to talk is a quick to walk. Gossip couldn't wait to go and see and just see what happens. I ran into the room and there was the Reaper, gun in hand, standing over the dead body. Well, I was so scared and half to death, Mio. I ran off to find a copper. I feel like she's like, dude, what if they were like... Anyways, if these witnesses were there the whole day and saw everything, who did they see going inside the building? Only the victim, Inspector Gregson, and the accused, Mark Van Zeeks. I've seen the picture of the Reaper in the past. I know what he looks like. And just between us, folks love stories like this. I've made myself a taste already. But wait, there's more. The room was just one of the several flats in the building. Someone from another flat could have done it. All of those flats in Fresno Seas are unoccupied. They're small, damn, dirty, and expensive to boot. The room in which the inspector was found in is the only property in the building that is currently leased. And we know that the leaseholder's name, don't we? It's Huge Bone. It's Huge Bone. How big? Huge. It's huge. Is it Boone? Is it Boone or Huge Bone? It's got to be Boone, right? Boone. Is it just Huge Booney? Booney. Huge Booney, right? Like it's Huge Booney, right? Like BOO. Ooh. I remember English class. You know, when I was a kid. You know, English class. Ooh, and then it's a O-N-E, so it's E. So you get a solid E. So Boone E. Huge Booney. It's got to be like a fucking code name. It is becoming increasingly difficult to see how anyone other than a defendant could have committed the crime. No. Thank you for your candor, my lord. Go for the defense. You may proceed to cross-examine the witness. Yes, my lord. In a closed court like this without a juror, the judge is the only person whose opinions matter. I have to break this. Wrong voice. I have to break this testimony somehow. That was the wrong voice. I can feel my throat vibrating. Oh god, my legs. Hey you. Let's see here. Hopefully you're having a great lurk as usual, my dude. You enjoy yourself. Hold on, I need to fix my legs. God, fuck shit. All right. Excuse me. There you go. When you say they, who do you mean exactly? Inspector Gregson and the defendant, Lord Van Zeeks? I suppose I don't know the names of the holiday, but I'll tell you one thing. It was the old Reaper that blended in last. That is for sure certain. Just behind Inspector Gregson. Did they arrive at the same time as each other? No. The first fella must have gone inside a good 15 minutes before he heard the gunshot. I don't like this lip smacking guy. The victim arrived 15 minutes before? Are you sure about that? Am I sure? Am I sure? Well, fuck yeah, it doesn't seem likely that I forgot about the fellow with the bright red hair like that. Yeah, his hair was red, wasn't it? Redder than my flaming fireworks, even. I'm just gonna give her a Valley Girl. That was a fairy red weapon still burning inside my eyelids at ease. He's got a carrot nose. I don't like that. But wait a minute. You're saying the man was a redhead? Weren't you listening, Chumpy? He was a big truck with him too. Big truck. But Inspector Gregson's hair isn't red, not by any stretch of imagination. It seems likely that the person you saw wasn't in fact Inspector Gregson at all, but some other third party. No, I hate to break it to you, but the witnesses are correct. What? Just have a look at this photograph of the victim taken at the scene. Oh, it's Gregson. No, Gregson. Yeah, yes, that's Inspector Gregson, all right. And a red hairpiece.
Ah, of course. We saw that one on the floor when we investigated the scene, didn't we? I still refuse to believe Inspector Grayson wore a headpiece, though. So why on earth would he have been wearing that, something like that?
I call shoot a man one by say. The photograph will be submitted as evidence. Please, Counsel.
On my back. And what became of the trunk and the red-headed victim was supposedly carrying? I was informed that no trunk was found at the scene. I gotta change this way of speaking. So it was just disappeared? What do you expect from us watching the building every second, do you? We definitely saw in the dock going in, though. No question about that. Hold it! By which presumably you mean the gunshot? I sell these little things, don't I? How would I know what a gunshot sounds like? But I've always thought it probably sounds a bit like this, doesn't it? And you say that you heard the noise almost as soon as you saw the defendant here enter the building? That's right. It was almost straight away. Bang, it went. Just like that. Well, he's the Reaper, isn't he? That's what the French call a fait accompli. That I don't even think I'm fucking French. When the Reaper is around, people be going to the ground. I mean, that's what he does, isn't it? I think we get the message. I'm just gonna... The Reaper couldn't allow the inspector to live after he's discovered his secret hideout. There can be no clear motive for his crime.
Yes. And surely enmity is a critical motive.
Great. At this point, you ran inside, is that correct? It seems to me that a quick little talk is quick to walk. A gossip couldn't see. So, when Gossip ran to see what happened, did you go too? Well, me, I'm a bit hamper. I'm gonna hit my neck for this one. All the signs are very well. You were way behind, presumably, with that sandwich board around your neck and that big sign in your hand. What a great burden you bear. Pardon me for asking, Mr. Sandwich, but... Oh god, the yawn! No, fuck! No, yawn! Is it possible you and I have met before? I'm not anybody. Me, the signs are what makes me who I am. I'm sign, therefore I am. He was the... I'm pretty sure he was the stagecoach. So you were employed as an omnibus driver just under a year ago, then? He's shaken up. I might be mistaken, but I believe his trembling has intensified, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, I agree. He's clearly been through a lot. Turn down King Henry Street, and the Black Widower's arm is just there. Oh dear, you've made him hide beneath a sign. Life is full of surprises. Yeah, it's Stagecoach. Oh, yes, I was right. I ran into the room and there he was. I ran into the room and there he was. So then, you were the first person to arrive on the scene, is that right? Yeah, I tell you what, I was. I kicked down the door like a professional idea and I yelled there, let's go out of here. I'm gonna make him sound like that. Lord Van Zeke's claim all he heard was a man's scream, though. It was dark inside the room? No, not dark at all. Little candles burning on the wall. Really? Well, there was a fatal collapse on the wall. Just between you and us, the only thing I noticed when I got inside. Oh, I see. Even though Lord Janzi's claimed not to have seen any such light on the wall. The next thing I noticed, it was a muddy stain right beside of the body. The accused, Barak Van Zeeks. That's right, the face paled Ripper himself. I was a little shocked, you know, I wouldn't deny it. I don't be a little bit carried. I ain't no little bit. I took my grain and I gave it a cold, hard stay in myself. You got something to say? Excuse me? Do you have something to add, Mr. Sandwich? I just forgot what voice. Like, oh, I was hitting my neck. Me. I am just 2 slices of metal with no metal. So I don't know what you go on with me. I think that maybe you just remembered something? Having heard Mr. Gossip's last statement, I mean. Nothing really. We're all trying to dress ourselves as something else, but at the end of the day, we are just street sailors. There ain't nothing you say much. Keep your trap shut. Unless you want to make a real sandwich. Oh, hey, Shark, thank you. 250 points? Bitch, I better see you boost my stream more, you little bitch. I know you got more points than that, you motherfucker. Huh? I better see you on your fucking knees giving me your digital currency to boost me. You understand? You fucking understand me? Shark? Huh? Shark? Shark? I spent them in making your legs hurt. Sure, I know you have more than that. I know you have more than that. I will grab you by your legs and shake you like a fucking bully upside fucking down. Don't you know sharks can't sit still or they'll die? You can grab these, you motherfucker. When I saw the Reaper, he fell clean over his backside. I'll make him Mickey Mouse. I'll make him a shaky Mickey Mouse. That's it? Oh yeah, you rotten beggar. I told you to keep that a secret. Be nice to Shark, or you ball grabbing fuck. Fine, I'll fondle his balls. Is that nicer, huh? You instead of grabbing his balls, I'll fondle them, fondling them with care and love for my friends. Is that better, you, huh? He screamed. He did. He screamed and scrambled off in all fours. That's what I wanted to say. Mr. Gossip, is that true? Were you a little pissy bitch, huh? Did you pee your pants, huh? Did you piss ant boy, huh? You big lip fuck, pissy bitch, pussy ass cat, bitch ass, big lip fuck? The floor was dead slippery. I saw enough bullet trauma in Jackass that it makes me gush about letting you near my nuts. God, yeah, it was pretty. I seen the trailers for Jackass. He's pretty nice. Can somebody cut off his extra lap? I can't. I want to. You know what? I plant my hand in the... Wait, planted my hand in a filthy pool of blood? Wait, what? A pool of blood? But listen, when I sprawling on the floors, I still keep giving the cold hard stare. Don't you forget it. Wait. Let's go back to a little. Did you just say you got blood on your hands? I did, what happened to be the... But I was so scared, so I slipped over. You know, we just keep... No, Mr. Gossip. I'm going to have to ask you to add that information to your formal testimony. Oh, if I must. My man's the poster child for Botox gone wrong.
So what is one man's testimony to a clue?
I slipped over, got blood on my hands, so I quickly wiped it off the floor. You wiped it off the floor? What do you mean by that? You wipe your hand on the floor? Well, you know, who wanted the blood on the hands? And you didn't think that might be a problem. Does it really matter if I left a few grippy little handprints on the... Doesn't make a fuss, that's a mission for all of us. Kazuma's like, what the fuck?
I said it wrong, Kozo.
No, my lord. I didn't remember anything in the report about a bloody handprint on the floor. That's all. No, don't come on. I know what I need. I'm going to draw on the floor with the blood. I wonder, could that be what happened? Mr. Naruhodo? I don't have all the answers yet, but I think we may have just uncovered a vital clue. Hold it! So you didn't run into the room with your friends? I'm not that sort of girl. I wouldn't really call them my friends. Sorry? This guy, he's fucking ugly. And this guy's really old. And I'm just a timid little thing me. I'm just too scared to go in there. Oh, right. I see. Oh, Lippy and the the witch ran in there, and I heard a sort of an old lady scream. Well, it was me, I swear. Stick my arm on it. I wonder what on earth was going on. Which is when you went to find a policeman. I ran into a copper as soon as I turned the corner. So I brought him straight back to the place. Didn't I do well? Eh? Just between you and us, that couple of eyes nearly popped out of there when he saw the reaper. I've never felt more uncomfortable in my life in all my life. Considering the catalog of the killings the Reaper had carried out, it was a particular inauspicious end. Dude, I had gumbo like literally an hour and a half ago. I'm really hungry. This sucks ass. I can't really find any holes in this testimony. I'm afraid the judge will give a ruling of guilty, Mr. Naruhodo. The truth is, though, their combined testimony is fairly damning. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any obvious problems with their statements, do there? Still, if Lord Van Zeeks is really innocent, really is innocent, then I'm almost certain that we'll find something in there that doesn't quite add up. You don't think that one of these three could be the true culprit, do you? I don't know. But what I do know is that there's more to this case than has yet to be brought to light. Light! Is it that one? Because there's no handprints in there, so I would assume it's that one, right?
Objection.
That's not that one. I gotta save. The last statement's bogus. He's not Batman. He didn't kill anyone, and you're all fucking idiots. Also, he's a big lit motherfucker. That's right, my lord. I said that. I fucking did.
Perhaps it was something well to concentrate the effort on one country at a time.
God, I hate his fucking lip, dude. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. So there's no handprint. It's not showing me any handprints on here.
Objection.
It's not that one either. That's strange, because if he opened the door and slipped and then got his hand covered in blood, that mean the body would have been near the door. Right? That's what I'm confused about. I slipped over and got blood on my hand, so I quickly wiped it on the floor. Right? But where's the contradicting evidence? Like, how do we go and match it? Okay. The victim was shot in the chest at close range from the front, resulting in instantaneous death. Scorch mark at the point of entry. Okay. Tobias Garrison. Oh, he's 45. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. It wasn't even the photograph, too. Did I have to examine this? There's no handprint right here in Tobias's body. I already investigated this. Ooh. Ooh. Ah, excuse me. Oh, they've been engraved with a unique serial number, but as far as I can tell, there's nothing like that in this gun, which tells us that it must have been issued longer than that. Interesting. I didn't know about that fact. You ever got something that like scratches the back of your throat? Yeah, that's what's happening right now. Give me a sec. stop talking about cereal, you. You're making me hungry. And milk. Presumably, this belongs to Professor. Seriously? No, I'm just kidding. You motherfucker! You can't believe you hit me with that joke. How dare you telling me something like that? Oh! There it is! Oh, what's this? Mr. Naruhodo, look! Oh yes, it's a smudge of blood. In fact, looks just like a handprint. And the color, that's blood, isn't it? Oh dear, how disturbing. There it is. I forgot to investigate that. Did I investigate any other piece of evidence? Oh, here we go. That's the fuse. Have you had an idea, Mr. Naruhodo? You're staring at the end of the string of fireworks. Sorry, it's just that the Venus special. I was wondering what 600 pence worth of fireworks would sound like. Naruhodo, there's blood on the fucking notice board! Mamma mia! Thank you. What? But she said she could blow up the courtroom. Bang. Oof. Alright, that was just a fairly sizable bang. My ears are still ringing, Mr. Naruhodo. Sounded almost like exactly like... Sounds exactly like a gunshot! If you requested you, I shall... If you request, I shall read your lines in any voices that you like, because I'm a sellout. For the low cost of your time. So you wipe the blood from your hands on the floor of the room. Are you quite sure about that? Well, what I expected would have been done, huh? Larry Selcoon, you know it, baby. The police found no such handprint on the floor during their investigation. What exactly is the defense asserting? No, if you listen, you'll find out, Prosecutor Asogi. Yeah, get fucked. Yeah, get fucked, my Tomodachi. Huh. Let me fucking finish. Certainly, there is no bloody handprint found on the floor, idiot. What are you trying to say? There's a handprint in blood left very clearly at the scene. On the back of this notice board. Wait.
Oh, well, yes, indeed. I just color blood.
You're dead right. That's my hand. Wait, what the fuck am I doing? What voice did I just give this guy again? I gave him like a... you're dead right. You're dead right. No. What the fuck am I doing? Hold on. It was... What was it? Southern? You're dead right. That's my right hand. I know it anyway. Objection. The witness very defiantly testified that he wiped his hands on the floor. Any handprints on the back of the board are irrelevant. Wait. You can't say that. None of the board itself had fallen over into the floor. In that case, it's quite possible for the witness handprints to have ended up there. Just look at the floor plans of the room. The notice board was in the opposite corner of the room to the victim in an upright position, even if he had somehow toppled over and was lying on the floor at the time. It would have been a considerable distance from the body. Well, I fell over when I came across the body. So I was basically right next to the court. In other words, the defense's assertion is contradictory. Yes, it is. There's a very defined contradiction here, for which there must be a reason.
I check it. Regarding this apparent discrepancy between the witness account and
I have, my lord. This discrepancy between the witness account and the location of the handprint is explained by... This discrepancy is by the board moving, right? It has to be by the board moving. Let me save, because I'm not confident. But it has to be by the board moving at this point. If he was just lying, then maybe he didn't know what he saw. I kind of think it's false testimony, and there's no way it's another handprint, but it has to be the board moving, right? The real contradictory here is the handprint itself, not where it was found. As the court can see, it's upside down. It's upside down. Oh, he was confident when he said it.
Good gracious, so it is. And what does I put his hand against the board? The player should be pointing upwards.
What? What does that tell us? Well, it tells us one simple fact. When this handprint was made, the board must have been lying on the floor, as I previously suggested, which means that after the incident, it must have been moved. Nani?
Objection.
Objection. You're claiming that somebody moved the notice board after the shooting? Then tell the court who. I don't know that yet, but the point is, when you consider all the testimonies we've had so far, we can only now be very clear on one point.
And what was that break?
The position of the notice board at the time of the incident, my lord.
So, I must ask you to clarify your assertion for the court.
At the time of the incident, where do you maintain the notice board was situated? If this guy isn't lying and he slipped and fell, then that means it was in front of the door, right? It had to be in front of the door.
Take that!
It was right here, my lord. That's wrong.
Goodness! No, I'm afraid I don't quite see your logic.
Fuck, I knew it. I'm disappointed, Ryunosuke. In Japan, we were taught how to have patience and respect for our elders. So until his lordship sees your logic, you will know your place and not move from that spot. Ah! How brilliant of Kazuma-sama. It's almost sounded unreasonable at first, but he was just thinking of you. Unreasonable? Try unfathomable. Anyways, I think I have the answer now. I know my place, or rather, I know the board's place. Oh, I'm stupid. He said he was right next to the corpse. I'm so dumb. It was right next to the corpse. He just said he was next to the corpse. I don't know why I was thinking. I totally forgot he said that he was right next to the corpse, and we obviously just clarified that he wasn't lying. This is the only possible location.
Immediately adjacent to the door.
If the court would think back to the testimony given by the defendant earlier, he said that when he entered the room, it was dark, and he couldn't see the body. Back! If the notice board had been here, the body would have been completely hidden from view, and the light from the candles would have been blocked, making the room appear darker. But the accused had claimed that the victim's body simply appeared before him. That's true. Or rather, in his precise words. Just as I picked the firearm to examine it, the door flew open and I heard a man scream. It was only then that the body of Inspector Garrison appeared before me. Oh, I see. When he opened the door and knocked down the board, and then he got scared, and he wiped his hand on the board, not knowing that it was a board. He thought it was the floor. And then then he must have been looking at the desk, that's why he couldn't see it. I don't know about calling it a scream. Is he talking about me and no mistake? 'Cause it was me that kicked the door open. And then you nearly gave me a fucking heart attack. Fuck. I missed that. If you look again at the floor plans, consider what would have happened if to the door to the room was thrown open with force. That can't be. The door struck the notice board, knocking it over, and making the victim's body visible. Oh, what's up, Ace? Yo, Ace, I got your blanket. It is literally God. Thank you so much for it. It is, like, seriously, dude. Like, seriously, dude. This is like, you're too fucking nice to me, Ace, that you got me this blanket. Seriously, you're too fucking nice to me. You do not have to go out of your way, you know? It is literally the best thing ever. Good gracious! My client has told nothing but the truth. He has simply described what he saw. It works super good. I turned on max heat too just to see how it is, dude. It's fucking nice. It is so nice to me. Thank you so much. After the incident, somebody must have rigged the board and moved it into the position where the police, myself, and my colleagues saw it when investigating the room. But who?
What have you said?
What, me, my lord? You and your fellows were there at the scene before anybody else. It goes without saying that you must have known something about the position of the notice board.
The witness and the stand will testify again. You will each explain exactly what you did upon arriving at the scene of the crime.
Stop looking over your glasses at me. I get the message. I do not like him. Mystery of the moving board. I don't know anything about the notice board. I just put my hands on it. Well, don't look at me. I haven't even got a clue about it. I was doing business with some second years at the time. Wait, what? I don't know about anything. I'm just a bystander being just a sign of the cross of roll. It was the Reaper, I bet. He's got a face that screams. I can't see how this changes anything anyways. The detective still died when we heard the shot. I'm hungry. Like, really hungry.
How do you call a reporter?
Shaken by the crime of the witness, and with only the light of a few candles and an oil lamp by which to see. We can't expect these witnesses to be able to give a more precise account of what happened. That's right, yeah. It doesn't pay much to expect. It don't pay too much it doesn't pay to expect too much. Some chips? Do we have chips? It's an endless quest for knowledge that's destroying the world. That's what I think. Do you really? Do you really? In any case, that this testimony shows, even if the notice board was moved by someone following the incident, it makes no difference. When the gunshot rang out, the accused was the only person at the scene. Fuck. In short, the only person who could possibly have committed this crime is Barak van Zeeks. None of this wrangling over the board changes this simple fact.
Quite so, quite so.
Most certainly, my lord.
Very well. Well, you may proceed, Colonel.
All right. I need a snacky. I need a snacky to make my stomach stop wumbling. I got a little rumbling in my tumbling. Where's my cooking one? Where's my cooking camera? There you go. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna quickly grab a little snacky snack. Oh. He's just stuck in that animation. I come back and this man's just stuck in an animation, dude. I should get a green screen blanket. I'm still considering getting a green screen blanket. Dun, 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 dun. It is nice. It's actually off right now. I turn it on once like the heat goes away. Let me snack a little bit. Let me get this rumbling out of my tumbling, and then we can continue. No, I've been doing nothing but eating so I make gumbo soup. And you know, it's soup. Well, I don't have chips because I'm sad because I'm trying to save money, so I'm only buying like really necessity ingredients like proper vegetable salad and meat. So I'm trying to avoid buying like snacks, and I bought really cheap Insta food as an emergency backup. But I didn't buy like chips. I didn't buy snackies, you know. But no, I made gumbo soup today. But because it's soup, it digests very fast. And I literally had 3 bowls today. And I would like to eat another one, but I definitely took a while while eating, so. Yeah. But your Pop-Tarts are doing me great. Oh, I'm definitely... Well, we still have like 2-3 more boxes left. Including the one... I'll just open it up. It's definitely soothing my hunger, so this is good. This is a good start. Had a good day. How was your days? YouTube, how was your day, YouTube? Oh, really? Overlord Season 4 is confirmed. That's nice. You know what I really like about my icon that Diggy drew me? It is exactly my skin tone. I used to not like my skin tone. Do you guys know that? And for the obvious reasons that I'm a weeb. I was a big weeb. And I was like, man, all anime characters have like pale skin, you know, white skin. I want to be like an anime character. I want to be Enemy Protect. I want to cosplay them. And as I got older, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm fucking... Yeah. Yeah, I used to be like, man, I'm so dark. And then as I got older, I was like, wait a minute. I'm fucking milk chocolate. I'm sexy. What the fuck? No, I like my skin tone. And my favorite streamer, Valkyrie, is a Filipino who's dark skinned. I'm like, you know what? Life's good. She's popping out there. I'm like, life's good. I'm one day we'll have a Cambodian that's up there in the entertainment, in the YouTube and Twitch. Because if anything, no Cambodian has ever made it mainstream. And one day I shall be that Cambodian. One day. I will strive to work hard. The only one I know is Charlotte Chung, I think. I forgot her name was. The voice actor for Diva is actually from Long Beach. 154% Irish. I don't tan. Oh, you get like red, don't you? I've seen a picture of you, Sky. And so you get like red, huh? Damn. All right. Back to the game. Time to solve cases and eat ass. Also, Ace. Boost or die. I'm gonna set that in a while. Okay. Hold it. So you admit that it was the board that you wiped your bloody handprints on. I admit nothing. What to admit? They ain't playing this day. Seen the smash print on my right hand. Quote from the new Jackass movie: "If these guys think I'm going to the bathroom on set is safe, they're less intelligent than I thought." That is so funny. That is so fucking funny. It's like the fucking commercial where the Eric gets his fucking coffee was fucking hilarious. Perhaps you wanted to hide that handprint. So you write at the notice board and push it onto the corner, did you? No, imagine if I went the way to that great love. Do I look like a probable and well-nurtured man? Well, did you see anybody else move the board? I've got nerves of steel, I tell you, but I can't, my limits, you know what I'm saying? There was a bloody blood, there's a body on the floor, hurting in the grim reaper myself standing over there, there was a little light aside either. My bottom lip was all look cool. In other words, this witness is unable to give a definitive testimony on that part.
Yes. So is it.
Well, don't look at me. I have the hottest ass in history, and I haven't got a clue about it. I was just doing business with them second year at the time. Didn't you say you went to go grab a cop? When you say you're doing business with them, you mean you were selling them fireworks? Yeah, what else? There is this priory school just around the corner, you see. These cheeky little so-and-sos, they've got a plan to blow up their school into Kingdom Come. Huh. So, I've been telling on them, letting the teacher knows what they're up to. Oh, you have? Yeah, wouldn't want anyone to get hurt, so I let the school know the kids are playing with these dodgy toys. Then, praise the Lord, the teachers take all the fireworks off of them. And then, praise the Lord again, the kids come back to me to buy more. Everyone's happy, see? Oh, what a racket. Of course, and sometimes the teacher gives me a little bonus to thank them for letting me know. It's a busy old life selling explosives.
Venus has a skillful cars in dirt.
Well, tell barefaced lies is my kind of thing, really. I'm ever so good at it.
Excuse me.
Excuse me? You got something to say, Mr. Sandwich? Something wrong with your sandwich? You got your ketchup in a mayo? Huh? You got a mustard in your lettuce? You got a little chimney in your changa, dude? If I said it was, can we just leave it at that? Could that be the heart of it? Larry, what do you get when you mix LSD and birth control? Oh, is it gonna be like a really bad, like a trip without kids? Oh my god. That's a good one, Ace. That would actually caught me off guard. No. Did Miss Vita's statement now just bring something to mind, perhaps? Philosophical thoughts will prove deep. Philosophical thoughts. Hush, 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 hush.
I'd say I was a great liar. I was a great liar. There was a man and I. Till the praise lies come a thing. I'm so good at it. I said,
Everyone's lies and made lies too. Well, true. In case she's not a liar. Oh, it was a little English paradox, that one, don't you think? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. But it seems to me you're suggesting Miss Venus has been lying to you. Are you? Ooh. What do you want about, old man? Trying to cause some trouble, are ya? Keep on like that. And I'll like wrap your whole body in firecrackers and set them off. That would give you something to trouble about. You have me started. They started being mine.
Behind, that's right.
So, Miss Venus has lied in her testimony. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Sandwich? I think I'm just giving my classic old man voice.
Oh, happy burning in hellfire for the rest of my days.
He's a savage.
Tell me it. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Can you elaborate, please, sir?
She's a cunt. A fucking cunt.
He starts bashing her and shit.
Her ass is not hot. She actually has fucking rocks in her ass that are rough. That allows her to hit the match. She's not hot. She does not have a hot ass. She's a fucking cunt.
It's like he just unleashes everything he's been holding back. I need to go pee. I've been drinking a lot of LaCroix. So give me a second. Be right back. Hey, I'm back from my break. I'm taking the big piss. You guys want to hear that's my Christopher Walken impression. It's me, Christopher Walken. I was just walking to the bathroom and yeah. It's just game. It's just game, right? It's just game, right? It's bloody raw. It's fucking raw. It's rotten! Don't get stuck in the piss jar. Let me eat someone's Pop-Tart real quick. Wait a minute, you. My Mr. Italiano. Do you know American celebrities? Am I tripping? Do you know who are American celebrities? English. Like, do you know who Christopher Walken is and shit? I just realized I should tag my shit. I realize I'm not like having people like. Oh my god. Oh, you gifted. Hey, thanks, Ace. So I just realized I gotta fix something. There you go. All right. Boop. I mean, yeah, damn. Okay. Hey, I appreciate it, Ace. Thank you for the gift sub to you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. How's my Christopher Walken impression? Is it good? I don't know. I'm really bad at this shit. Okay, read out loud. Blind. So first playthrough. No backseating. I need to put like all these tags. What other tags can I put in this game? Graphic design is a tag in here. PTSD unmodded. All right. Anyways, whatever. What was I doing? Oh,
Yeah, blah, 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 the room where the gunshots seemed to come from. But there was someone else who I kept up on the stairs behind him too. That's right. That rotten liar over there.
Oh, she just straight up lied. Why is that?
He was to say that you did in fact take yourself to the scene to the crime after all.
What did I tell you, eh? That's a wrong voice. I said I was going to tell him barefaced lies, didn't I? Yes, you did mention it. Well, that revelation rocked the whole courtroom, didn't it? Who knew firecrackers packed such a punch?
So, great.
Well, now that you come to mention it, I suppose perhaps I did clearly remember climbing the stairs to the room, yeah. Either you clearly remember it, or you don't.
What? For this preacher act later. What is I being? You only amend your testimony.
Oh yes, my lord, of course. Why would you lie in a courtroom?
Hold it!
What is wrong with her? You're making a habit of lying. Do you make a habit of lying? Do you, Miss Venus? Well, I suppose so. I don't really know, to be fair. If you want my advice, though, I take everything I say with a big pinch of salt. Wait, I need to give Valley Girl. Valley Girl! Valley Girl! That's Gina's voice. I can't give anyone's Gina's voice. All right, but you did in fact go to the room where the victim was killed in the day of question, did you? Oh, please. As if I would. I can't think of anything more terrifying. The truth, please. Well, alright. Just a bit then. I mean, a girl my age is curious about stuff, you know? Wait, what, Shirk? Did you touch anything at the scene? Oh, please. As if I would. I mean, there was a dead body on the floor. The truth, please. Well, alright. Just a bit then. I'd have a look and see if there was anything I could sell. So I did give the place a once-over, but there was nothing to write home about. Right. Now, I hesitate to ask, but you didn't move the notice board by any chance, did you? Oh, please. As if I would touch anything like that. Just a few bits of loose change is all I had. The truth, please. Well, alright then. I thought there might be something worth having underneath it. So I blasted the flippin' thing. Sorry, flip the blasted thing. You're telling us that you did move the board? I think that did slip out, didn't it? What? You damn barb!
I don't believe it. That girl doesn't think.
So, did you find anything then? Something that you might have taken, perhaps? To sell? Oh, please. I should be so lucky in my imagination. The truth, now! I might have found this old pocket watch underneath the notice board, I suppose. It's a bit of an old junk like this can't be worth much if you ask. Ah! So, it was you, Walton. You're the one who took it. Gina!
Young lady, may I imagine where you are?
That watch there. That was a present to expect the garrison from the yard for a big case solved 10 years ago. The professor's case, no doubt. The boss up and winded every evening without fail when he was waiting for a grub to come to the pub. Wait, you don't remember Gina Lestrade, dude? She's the first girl I protected. She's your cute little British police. I see. I swiped it off him once, blowing me. He was upset. It gave me a raw earful. Said if I ever missed a day in the last 10 years polishing it and winding it, it meant the whole world to him, and that what it did. Possibly not the best thing to go diving for, then. It's not at all. Oh, wait. That's not at all, though. She's the most Rule 34 character duology. She's also a fucking kid. How old is she? God, she's 18. Ah, God, she's legal. Ah, God. She's been Rule 34. Ah, God damn it. Ah, she's cute. Gina is like the cutest character next to, I really like Trucy. Did I tell you that, Bog? My favorite character has to be Trucy. I think Trucy is like the most adorable character next to Mia when she was a kid. Because when Mia was a kid, she's got spunk, you know what I'm saying? She was fun. And then Gina. They're all the same type of character, if you think about it, in a sense. They're all bundacious. And you know who's really fun, too? If you think about it, all these partners you had in the game, you had Gina, you had Emma. Technically, I mean, Gina's not your main partner is Susato, but you had Gina, who's a spunky girl. You have Mia, who is a spunky girl. You had Trucy, who's a spunky girl. Yeah, mischievous teens. And then you had Key, who was with the Edgeworth. And I think that right there is fucking cool. The mischievous teens are always the funnest characters to have in a story. I took it to Jabez that night to ask how much it was worth, and the old dealer wouldn't even touch it. Wouldn't give me a penny for it, said it wasn't working, knocked about and worthless, he called it. That was the wrong voice. Ugh. I knew I should have left it. Yeah, Gina's cute. That watch must be submitted as evidence at once. Oh, please. Just so long as you promise to give it back when we're done. Not a chance. I swipe it from you if you try to get your grubby mitts on it again.
That's enough. I had to wash over to my leftovers.
Now, children. Watch your manners.
Good Lord. The glass appears to be broken.
More than likely. It shattered when the inspector was shot. It doesn't tick anymore either. Which is why Jabez didn't want it. What a waste, eh?
Yes, it does. It appears to have stopped at the hour of 5.
Exactly when the gunshot was heard, then. Which supports the prosecution's claim, of course. Rexon's pocket watch has been added into the court record. And as predicted, it had very little bearing on the case. Ugh. I'm gonna eat this fucking hot pocket. It's not a hot pocket. It's a Pop Tart. The castle was the first. Are you beside my eating to the mic? There's a tiny little stub sticking out of the small hole here, look. I suppose there must have been a little knob or something for that, setting the time. In that case, seeing as we know the inspector took such great care of this watch, it probably broke when the incident occurred, didn't it? Yes, of course. Which could mean that there's a small part of the watch still at the scene. Maybe. Oh, I know what it is! It's the key! Ah, there's a tiny little keyhole here. Can you see it? Oh, yes. It's probably for the winder used to wind up the mechanism. It looks a little unusual, though, don't you think? Yes, you do need the right key to wind it, I imagine. Why do I feel as though I've seen something like this? Something a bit like a key that's about the right size to fit in this hole? It would be wonderful if we had the key. Let's check carefully over what we already found. Alright, cool. Now we got that.
Objection.
Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Fuck! Fuck me! The wrong goddamn button. Examine. Turn the head. Mr. Sato, do you think this perhaps this key could be the key for the Inspector Gregson's watch? Oh, it's not for your butt? I guess it could be. Let's try it at once. There's not a moment to lose. I knew it. I knew it. A perfect fit. I did it. And look. The Inspector watch has started going again. Ah, so it's obviously just not been wound up, that's all. What is it, Mr. Sato? Well, if the watch isn't actually broken after all, then I have a feeling it could have profound implications. She's deep in thought now. Perhaps I better start thinking deeply too. I think what this duology did well was that how they made examining the evidence more involved as part of the logic gameplay. Yeah, definitely they definitely did a lot more work with the evidence. I think the one that had the most evidence was it's because every evidence is 3D now, I think, which is great. There's less recipe, but there's more substance to each piece. Yes, I do agree with that. I remember on I think one of the last case in Ace Attorney, it had like 4 pages, I think. Like it was so much. I should let you know, Larry, what is it is. But you did go to see what happened in the room, didn't you?
Fresno State is my whole wide world. That's all I know. And I know all of it.
Everyone knows you like these Well, you're not wrong, Ace.
I have to make my business to know. If I want to, hold up my side up high.
So you did go to see what had happened.
It's not the destination that's important. It's how you get there, isn't it?
Did you notice the notice board in the room?
If you think about it, we're both the same species, aren't we? But both different members of the sign family. So if I spotted it, I might have tried to trip it out of a sense of
Someone really needs to tell you that you're Homo sapien, not Homo sapiens, Sinians. Does that mean that you didn't notice the board?
I can only repeat what I said before. I don't know anything about the space state or sign of the crossword of life. I'm not sure. That's what I'm responsible for the notice board.
What exactly do you mean by that? Oh, come on now. I don't even notice. He hates everything in the world, fella. Just because, but not notable. That's the one thing he likes. You can see it in his very eyes. I can't say I've ever noticed. I tell you what, one thing for sale for free. Take it for free. You know what I'm saying? I never told my eyes. Sorry? Well, I was that scared. You know, everything. You know, you never know what he like. You know, if you didn't take your eyes off the defendant, you should be able to confirm categorically whether or not he was the one who moved the note. I have never seen that fucking word in my categorically, like categorically. Categorically? Is that an actual word? Is categorically an actual word? There's no way this is an actual word. In a way that is an unambiguously explicit and direct. I guess it's a fucking word. Here, listen to it, guys. Listen to this fucking word.
Categorically. Categorically.
Whatever. Stupid ass game. Throwing in words I've never seen in my life. That I can do. The rape no one knows in the space, so we know I explain it. I couldn't have missed it, you know. Believe I've heard the right thing up and dragged over. Right. Glad we've cleared that up. What happened to the face that screams bored? I feel your pain, Kazuma. Really? Never heard anyone say that. It was 5 o'clock in the afternoon when you all heard the loud bang, wasn't it?
Maybe the notice board fell and maybe I didn't, but maybe I fell over. The Reaper's fate is sealed anyways because it shows how we heard. So, your fate's sealed too.
My fate? That's right. The defense is fated to lose. And the prosecution to win. It's more like 5-0 cock. God damn it, Shark. In other words, it all hinges on that single gunshot. So we'll find some sort of problem with that part of their story. It may be possible to change all of our fates.
Of course. That changes the fact that I've heard what I've heard, doesn't it?
What? I'm getting a Sunday surprise from you? That sounds wrong. I also have work that day, but okay. All right, Ace. I appreciate it. Hope it's not like a fucking bad dragon. Sunday surprise? That doesn't sound lewd. Sounds fucking H-O.T. It was. I'm eating something. Not on the day of the Lord our God. I am your God.
Please. Oh, please. Save me. Sunday safe for work surprise.
I can't read when I'm eating Pop-Tarts, excuse me. That was an unimportant line, so don't worry about it. I think it's this one. It sounds like a gunshot. I'm gonna save real quick before I press them. And pour more water in my cup. My cup with lemon in it. Jenny, oh Jenny, joy, oh joy. Just putting slices of lemon in my water just already tastes like flat LaCroix. That's all LaCroix is, sparkling water. Who would buy it? Do you like lemon drops? Lemon drops are good. Don't say lemon drop these nuts into your mouth. Don't, Shark. How do you feel when I dropped these? You stupid bitch. I fucking knew it. Hate you. I hate you. I hope you perish in hell. Sorry. Okay. Now, is it really contradicting evidence with the firecracker? It goes off like a gunshot, but she says she was selling firecrackers to kids when the thing went out, but then she lied. She said she went to go to the board. So I did everything. I checked all the evidence. With living up to. Nice, nice. Welcome back, Larry. Choke on these fat... God damn it, you guys. This is all I am to you. Just someone to choke on your nuts. You don't know anything. I'm just a bystander. Me at the... No. I think he does know something, but like what? Maybe I did sneak along behind gossip and have a little peek into the room where it all happened. I'm a little sus about this line right here. I'm really confused here. You know? I feel like it's the last one. All right. Bog, I want a hint. Bog, I will activate. I will activate streamer privilege from chat. I would love a hint. I'm thinking it's the firecracker because the detective still died when we heard a gunshot. I want to say it's the firecracker, but nothing. I'm actually drawing a blank. Fuck. I want to say it's the firecracker. I'm gonna just take a shot.
Objection.
It's not the firecracker. Okay. Because, like, it's not suspicious enough to warrant, you know, a contradicting statement. It's the evidence isn't, like, full contradiction. And, like, with the evidence, I want to say it's with the girl because we just clarified that she lifted up the statement. It's not, we don't really have contradicting evidence. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, is it this one? Because we just clarified.
Objection.
No, it's weird because nothing's been updated. Evidence returning into it every dunce. Yo, don't say that, Shark. Alright, if I recall, the assumptions about the watch is what broke the moment the victim died. Ah, that's right. That's right. Okay. Oh, it's one of those subtle ones. Okay, that makes more sense. It's the subtle one. They claim that's what I thought. Normally, it's always involving something that happened right away. So it's one of those sudden ones. So the victim died when we heard the gunshot. What we're claiming, especially in our pocket watch, that he wound every day without fail. Having a wound, it start ticking again. It's right here that it's supposedly he died at 5. Like physically, it looks like he died at 5. That's the contradiction statement.
Objection.
There it is. Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling it was that, but like it didn't. You know, Ace Attorney kind of explicitly tells you. So when you run into these kinds of like when you run into that kind of testimony with when you have to contradict it, it really throws you off because you really have to look at the evidence physically without it not telling you. A good example is one of them that threw me off completely was one about a murderer who had a baseball glove. Then you're thinking, oh, he had a really yellow baseball glove. That's weird, right? And you're like, well, look, the murderer wrote the guy who was killed wrote the murderer's name before he died, right? And you're like, well, I have contradicting evidence, and they don't tell you. They straight up don't tell you. They just say he has a custom mitten. That's all it says. And not until I guessed everything that I was like, why the fuck was it a custom mitten? And then you realize the image of the custom mitten was it said custom mitten, but it never said it because it said custom. So you thought, oh, it's just a really ugly banana yellow mitten. You know, that someone must have mistaken for a bunch of bananas. But no, it was a left-handed mitten because the guy who died was left-handed and the dead body was writing with his right hand. And it's like that kind of evidence that throws me off because like like constantly, they throw that in Ace Attorney. Consistently, they throw that shit in where you just kind of have to look at the evidence. So yeah, I had a feeling it was that one because they say he died at 5 o'clock exactly, which is, you know. Anyways, I'm afraid that's not necessarily the case. Huh. At the scene, we found this key to the winder at the inspector's pocket watch. A key? And having wound the pocket watch, we discovered that in fact still works. Gotta get your mind sharp. Not everything is told, but it's shown. Yeah. I didn't want to say it was. I'm be real, Bog. I thought it was, but I didn't say it because I didn't want to feel stupid. But now I feel stupid for saying it. That I was like, man, I totally knew it. I totally fucking knew it. Because I thought it was suspicious that like his watch still works and like it's there at 5. Anyways, I'm gonna lose my shit with Danganronpa. I'm actually watching Game Grumps play Danganronpa 1 and 2. So if I ever play Danganronpa, I'm gonna start off with 3. That's probably what's gonna happen. You see, the watch didn't stop because it was broken at all. And that fact completely undermines the one of the most fundamental premise on which this entire case has been built. Nani? Nandate? Nani hare? I think the other guy says that. The video games come out before V3 timeline-wise. Oh yeah, this is those weird spin-off ones. Mia was playing that on her stream. I saw Mia playing them.
The watch has stopped almost exactly 5 o'clock.
Yeah, which is just like when we heard the gunshot. Da-da-da, shack right now. The time that was shown on the watch tells us nothing other than when it was wound it down. It's merely a coincidence that it happened to be at 5 o'clock.
Objection.
Even if that's true, the 3 witnesses here all heard the gunshot at 5 o'clock. So it's obvious that the crime was committed. That was when this crime was committed. No, that doesn't hold. Why not? We sound the same. Look, recall what happened to Inspector Lestrade, who's only said only moments ago. The boss used to wind it up every evening without fail when it was waiting for scrap to come to the pub. Said it's never missed a day in the last 10 years, polishing it and winding it. Episode Ultra Despair Girls. That's the one Mia was playing. Yeah, Mia was playing that one. And I was like, what the fuck? It's a weird gun game and a puzzle. It's weird. It's meant the world to him, that watch did. The victim was in the habit of winding his watch once a day in the evening. We can reasonably assume, therefore, that he would wind the timepiece on the evening before he died as well.
Yes, that was entirely reasonable.
But if that's the case, you wouldn't expect the watch to have completely wound down by 5 the following day. Oh, well, how you explain that then? You play the sister of the MC. Oh, that was the sister of the MC of part 1? I didn't know that. In summary, the evening before the day of the incident where the gunshot rang in that room, the inspector was already unable to wind his watch. You can't mean. What would stop a man winding his watch if he's been in the habit of winding it every single evening for 10 years? The obvious answer is that he was already dead. I had a feeling he was dead because the autopsy didn't report his time of death.
Alright. Doubto, this is the most extraordinary crime.
Objection. Extraordinary isn't the word. It's absurd. Your claim he was already dead the night before? Do you really think that Scotland Yard's coroner would have overlooked something simple like that? On that subject, there is something rather surprising. There's an omission on the coroner's report. The time of death is not noted. That's right.
Ah, wait a minute.
You're forgetting that my legs were from the door. What do you mean? Like I said, I planted my hands on the dirty girl. Oh, my throat. This water and this lemon does not taste good together. I'm gonna fix that. Also, I need a cough because like my throat is like scratching. Sorry to do this at such an intense moment, but I can't. I'm gonna actually like gag if I keep reading with my throat like this. Yeah, a second. You're losing your voice speaking gibberish. I am. I definitely am. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. You know, I don't think they would. I feel that would destroy, not destroy, that's not the right word, but I definitely feel like it would kill what Ace Attorney is, you know? It feels like reading it is more engaging, you know? When you play something like, especially when you're, I don't know. Some voice acting would be great too, and they do it. They do it during the major scenes, you know? Like, you know, the quote-unquote cutscenes. But I feel like they shouldn't, I feel like personally that they should not. That's just me. Wash my hands. What does this guy send me? What'd you send me? Oh, is that really the theme, the thing of the game? I didn't know that. Oh, my back. Okay. It's better. That's better. Yes. So the victim's blood hasn't dried yet. It was fresh. Like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Bum 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 bum. Back when I was born and raised, when it faces out of my days, chilling now, maxing, relaxing, all b-ball, up in a bit of shoes, beat. He catching on, don't he, real quick. But that blood couldn't have explained in any numbers of ways. It could have been put there afterwards. Some fresh blood could have been poured over the victim's body after he... Does my learned friend think that fresh blood is available in every street corner? What? Just call me learned friend. What the fuck? Well, it isn't necessary to have been human blood, of course. Oh. We've been told previously that Scotland Yard has no way to identify blood as human.
The problem is currently being researched. At present, you are correct. It is beyond our ability.
So then, a chicken's blood could have been used, for example. It's certainly a possibility that it wasn't the Expector's blood at all. Huh.
Objection.
Interesting. But the gunshot was heard at 5 o'clock that afternoon. That's beyond question. Is it though? Is it though? What? Given that the time of death of the victim had already been called into question, it isn't beyond the realms of possibility that what these were witnesses heard wasn't a gunshot at all. Oh, please, what are you trying to say? Yeah, I know the lot of us, loud bang, you know what I'll go for. Now, would you listen to me, a tree seller, this is a livelihood. It's got a little crack with, what the fuck? I don't doubt your ear, sir, but you can all state with that certain that you heard a noise. Eh?
Explain yourself, then.
The noise that sounds like a gunshot could have been made with these nuts.
Take that.
Something like this. The culprit could have set off one of these to fake a gunshot.
Good gracious! The very fireworks are sold by the witnesses.
Now hold on a minute. Are you saying I did it? My pretty little fireworks only make little pops anyway, see? Not a hundred of them together. The Venus Special that you sell for 600 pennies sounds like this. As the court can now attest, it sounds very much like a gunshot, in fact. You're trying to suggest that somebody set off one of those fireworks off at the scene? I'm suggesting that someone knew the defendant was in the room at 5 that day and sought to implicate him by creating a sound like a gunshot for these peddlers on Fresno Street to hear.
Very odd cipher.
But even the accused himself has testified that he saw no one else in that room at the time. Whenever it was a gunshot or a firecracker, the only person present to cause the bang was Barack Von Zeeks. Just one whiff of a match and my firecracker go pop, see? That's why people like them. Pop, pop, pop.
I fear.
Objection.
Recently, during my time here in Britain, I've learned a few useful inventions indeed. Something called a time bomb.
God damn it! The bomb!
Yes, a device that allows you to blow up whenever you like, whatever you like, whenever you like. Mr. Naruhodo, I worry that your unfortunate phrasing there may lead to yet another international incident. Wait, no, wait. It's the whatever you like part that's important. A time device? Yes, exactly. Hi. So. A time device. Something like that nature could have been planted at the scene. A device that is able to produce the sound of a gunshot long after the culprit had left.
Your accepted claim will have to be sustained with evidence, Castle. What proof do you have suggesting in any way that a time device was employed to create a gunshot sound?
What? I have evidence? Is it this one? Is it this? I mean, like, it's pretty simple when you think about it. Right? This, right?
Take that.
Okay. I was like, I don't know why. I was thinking like, oh, maybe they were smart. They like extend the wire, but they could make that like a fucking whole day's worth. As the court has already discussed it, the tip of one of the candles in the candelabrum has been blown off.
Indeed, because I was struck by a bullet, which was presumably passed to the victim.
I don't think that's possible, my lord. Not possible? Why? Because of the scorching. If there are gunpowder scorch marks, there are gunpowder scorch marks clearly visible on the broken candle.
There are? Goodness, yes. But is it not the case that there was also scorching on the victim around the bullet entry wound?
That's right. There was. But as we heard earlier, scorching like that only occurs when the target is at very close range. A matter of centimeters from a gunshot. That's right. This is centimeters, all right? Meters. All right? Oh! Which means that the scorching the candle can't have possibly resulted on a gunshot. Oh, that makes sense. I didn't think about that. They just said that the bullet hit the candle, but they never said that I didn't know there was scorch marks on the candle. That's why I threw them. Okay. So you're suggesting that it came from the fireworks.
How can that be?
The fact that there's such a visible scorching on the candle suggests that the fireworks must have been right next to it when they exploded. Or, to put it another way, the candle and the firecracker were joined together. Oh! The culprit somehow attached the firecracker at a point partway down the candle. That's fucking smart! I didn't think about that. Wow. After the killer had left the scene, the candle slowly burned down along with the other two, till eventually ignited the fuse of the firecracker, generating a loud sound. Bang! Wow. That's insane. I actually did not think about that. And that's how these three witnesses came to believe that they heard a gunshot at 5 o'clock.
Well, what a plot! This implies that the victim could have died earlier than we were led to believe the previous day of it.
Now, not just hold your horses. How long does the victim go into the building?
I couldn't forget the flame that colored hair, even if I wanted him.
The person you saw enter the building wasn't the victim at all. Consider this. Obviously, anybody could wear a wig. And the person that these witnesses saw entering the building 15 meters before the incident occurred could easily have been someone else entirely, wearing a red hairpiece.
Someone else?
It was the same person who contrived the firecracker trick. In other words, Inspector Gregson's killer. Oh, very impressive, Ryunosuke. Naruhodo. Yeah, Kazuma? I'm really quite amazed you've come this far. It's all over my face. Sorry, that was a bad one. That was a bad... Ah! Oh, what am I? Oh, what's wrong with me today? Excuse me. That was a bad one. But after all, wasn't I the one who told you that you had all the makings of a great defense lawyer? Kazuma from Konosuba is no longer a loser, right? I've also noted the lack of time of death in this report, a stark omission. But as far as I'm concerned, this whole country's justice system leaves a lot to be desired. He is on my side.
What on earth did you mean by that statement?
I hear that many of the leading members of Britain's judiciary are present to observe this trial today. We cannot allow even the slightest doubt to be overlooked. The defense assertion about the time of death based on the victim's stopwatch is just a conjecture. But, while the possibility exists that my learned friend may be correct, we have a duty to explore it.
Certainly, I would agree with you.
And what immediately comes to mind is, of course, what was Inspector Gregson doing, and where did he go on the day before the incident? Do you know? The inspector always carried out his investigation work alone. His movements were treated as confidential within Scotland Yard.
Even within the yard?
However, considering the evidence we've been presented with so far, I say it's fairly apparent what case that man was pursuing. Wouldn't you mind? I'd say it's I'd say it's fairly apparent what case the man was pursuing. Wouldn't you, my learned friend? I do have a feeling about what case he might have been investigating. Yes, I agree, surely. My lord, the defense believes it can be explained to the court. The case that was being investigated by Inspector Gregson at the time of his death.
Very well. Counsel, present your arguments to the court. What evidence is suggesting of the case being investigated by Inspector the day prior to the incident?
Well, it's either this pin board or the painting, but I'm gonna say it's the pin board. I'm gonna take a really wild guess and say it's the pin board.
Take that!
Take that. I cannot say that okay, so it's the utterly wrong. Wow, wow, Judge, how do you say that to me? Okay, so it was the photo.
Take that!
Wait, what? It's not? Wait a minute. I left my consciousness in the 6th dimension. What evidence suggests of the case being investigated by the inspector on the day prior? You might want to think this one a bit more. Okay. What case was he investigating? Oh, I'm stupid. I'm big stupid.
Take that!
This one. I believe this red headpiece points to the answer. We might assume that it was part of a disguise used to carry out an undercover investigation.
Surely not. It's a brightly colored headpiece, but only very served to make the inspector more noticeable.
Yes, it's quite true. It would definitely have made him stand out in a crowd. Except, that is, in the crowd of gentlemen from the Red-Headed League.
The Red-Headed League?
So, you've already worked it out.
What on earth is going on somewhere? Is this such an extraordinary legal gentleman?
The Red-Headed League is currently under investigation for a grand deception.
A deception of what nature, Counsel?
They've been targeting red-headed men across all of London and tricking them out of small sums of money. 2 men were arrested for the misdemeanor only yesterday, in fact. My lord, the defense calls for those 2 men to be summoned at once.
Two redheads? That's racist! We can't have racism in the Great Britain in the 19s.
Inspector Gregson clearly infiltrated the Red-Headed League using this hairpiece, so it's very likely that he had a direct contact with these criminals. And it's quite possible that such contact led to more serious events.
I concur.
What? I concur. God damn it, I yawned.
I concur. That was worse. It could consciousness leave this new avenue unexplored.
Well done, Mr. Naruhodo. Well, it's another possible line of inquiry for us at least.
The prosecution will make immediate submissions for the suspect to him. Bring these 2 Redhead League's conspiracy before me, Prosecutor Asogi.
You dastardly Nipponese. We cannot have racism in the 20th century, court. You dastardly Nipponese. At once, my lord.
Very good. We'll have a 30-minute recess. Good as a job. I gotta take a shit.
I actually gotta take a shit, but it's also really late, so. To be continued. To be continued. Awesome. All right, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies of the court, ladies, gentlemen, ladies, all other genders, all, ladies and gentlemen, and all the non-binaries. I was gonna say use the word dirty, but it sounds a lot more like that. Sounds harsher. We cannot have racism, you dastardly. I like the dastardly though. Dastardly sounds better in that Transylvanian voice. What did we say Transylvania was in? Danish? No. We said Transylvania was where? Where did we say Transylvania was from again? We talked about this like last time. Dastardly sounds more cartoony. It definitely does. You dirty. If I say dirty, it sounds weird. Dastardly. I can say dastardly better in that I can say dastardly better in that accent. Where did we say he was from? Where's Transylvania located? I forgot. Anyways, with that being said, that is the end of that chapter. 2, my roommate does need to go to bed for work, so I think this is a great place to stop. Pennsylvania, Romania, next door to Pennsylvania. I live in a castle in the city of Transylvania, in the state of Pennsylvania. Romania. Okay, Romania. That's what it was. Okay. But yeah, dastardly sounds better in that voice. You dastardly, bastardly, bastard. Anyways, with that being said, thank you. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. Bog, I hope to see you again for the next Ace Attorney stream. I don't think you followed, did you? You did follow. Okay, cool. You did follow. Thank you. Thanks so much for following. Keep a lookout. I do stream almost every single day. Generally, every day is a mystery. We get a lot of Valorant here, but clearly my single player game is Ace Attorney, obviously. So I hope you do come for Ace Attorney while you can. And then after Ace Attorney, I think I'm starting To the Moon, I think. But yeah, we're done for the night for Ace Attorney. And if you missed anything, you can always find it on YouTube. I am uploading all these VODs onto YouTube. And as a courtesy, because it only takes me a little work to give you guys a better pleasure, is that I chapter them. So if I stream 3 games, I cut them into chapters on the videos so you guys can just watch what you want to watch. If you want to see me play Valorant, it's all skipped. For a good example for this Ace Attorney, the first 30 minutes was just me talking. So I was going to put just chatting, and then it's going to cut off to where it was just Ace Attorney. So yeah, please, yeah, I hope to, if you guys want to see the rest of the stuff, I hope you guys watch it. And besides that, though, good night. My name's Larry. I stream almost every single. I need to do these self shout outs more. My name's Larry. I stream almost every single day. I stream everything and anything. And I have YouTube. I have a Twitter for shower thoughts. I have a TikTok that just basically TikTok and Twitter basically just has my clips, and Twitter also has my shower thoughts. So without that being said, thank you guys for being here. Good night, everyone, and take it easy. I am now going to raid Cloudy, and she is playing Minecraft. So enjoy one of my good friends, one of my closest, I would like to say a really good friend of mine. Close? I have barely met her, but yeah, very close friend indeed. Bye guys. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed today's session. I hope you guys stay good, and goodbye.